if you're an e-commerce brand and you sell direct to customers, here's the secret that nobody tells you. Your cart flow is not a cart flow. I know that sounds weird, but let me explain. So if you go to your Shopify and actually open up and read what the cart triggers in, that abandoned cart flow, it shows you abandoned cart, but actually what happens is that it only triggers when someone starts a checkout, and that's two separate things, right? So if you look at these three people over here in the marketplace, let's say it's Walmart, one of them is just browsing, right? He's just looking at the products on the shelf and he might exit, he might go away. Another one is a different type of person. He put the item in his basket and he's just going to check out, going to register, or maybe he will just put it on the easel and just leave it there because he doesn't want it anymore. He's doubting it. And there's the third type of person, which you already track, which is the person who is on the register. He's ready to buy, and then he doesn't pull the trigger and go back, put the cart away and go home, right? So these are three different situations. But what happens with your store right now is you're only tracking people on that register, people at the checkout. You don't track anyone who is browsing, anyone who is putting things to cart whatsoever. And that's the problem, and here's the solution. The first part of the solution is to build a pop-up store on your website. And let me show you a great example of a pop-up store. As you see in this little website, right? When I just entered the website, it showed me, hey, scratch to see what you want. I'm like, I want something? All right, cool stuff. Let me scratch. And it says like, hey, you get a free cooling headband. Yours on any order above $35 or more. It's basically a discount. I think this one costs like $10. So it's like a $10 discount. It's wild, right? But you will want that and you will enter your email because now it's like, it's yours. And they're taking it away from you if you don't use it. So let me enter my email and get that cooling headband. So now, once you have the email, you can pull the automations and triggers for browse and cart abandonment as well. So people who go to your email list and might not buy in the first day will be browsing, will be going, adding things to carts, and that's where you pull the trigger. Now that you know how to solve this problem and what to pull, let me talk about when you should send emails and how many emails you should send each of them, right? So here's a little graph. You can literally screenshot this, by the way. And so what happens is that when people browse, we've tested that you need to send them an hour later, like an email hour later or an SMS hour later. That works super well. And for browse abandonments of people who've just looked at the product and left, you only send like 2 emails. That works best, right? And then after 1 hour, you send it on day 2. So the day after tomorrow, basically. So the second one is the cart abandonment. And here you send anywhere between 3 to 8. I know the gap is wide, but also there are different prices for different products. And some products are heavier and just more intense to a decision to buy. So you need more emails for that. So anywhere between 3 to 8 emails. First emails go live 2 hours in that case. Then day 1, so tomorrow, day 3, day 5, and day 8. Right? That's how you should send it. For checkout, which you already do, you probably have something wrong with the timing, right? If it's not working as well. We've tested, and it turns out 45 minutes works best. Like not 1 hour, not 30 minutes, literally 45 minutes is the best before an email. So first one goes 45 minutes after they've abandoned their checkout. Then one of them goes 24 hours after that, day 3 and day 6 to 9. Anywhere between day 6 to 9, you send the email number 4. So now that you know the timelines, let me just go over what you should put in each of those emails because you need to understand the psychology behind it, right? You can't be just sending random emails and hope that something works. So first of all, across all of these 3 flows, there are 4 things that are super consistent, right? So although all of them send different types, different numbers of emails, these 4 apply to all of them, and I'm going to cover right now. Email 1 reminds. It never asks, right? So it says the same thing is saved as shows the item. You need to dynamically show it. In Klaviyo, you can set it up. No offer, no question. A question this early just gets ignored, or it's simply annoying. Especially not a discount as well. You don't need to train them on something that you don't want you to train them over the long time period, right? If you would just simply offer them a discount, they will next time know whenever they want to buy from you, hey, if I abandon my cart, I'll get a discount. I never do that. Only discount in the next emails, which I'm going to cover when. Email 2 is a plain note, right? So for all of these emails, email 2 is a plain founder-led note. It's simply a plain email. There's no design. I'm going to show you. Just like this, right? So this is just some brand that sent me emails. And as you can see, founder-led email, that's about it. Very plain text, very, very conversational and very personalized to the person. Now here's another rule. Never send a code until email 3, right? So it doesn't mean email 3 you should send the code. You can do it in email 5, but never less than email 3. Email 3 is the earliest you can send the code, simply because this timeline is proven to be when people are usually, if you don't sell them in this time and so on, they're probably not going to buy anyways in the future. So that's where you offer the incentive to them, right? On email 3. And obviously, make sure you don't send triggers and don't send discounts to people who already bought. You need to actually make sure that email client will count. And the last thing that's consistent across all of these 3 flows is that the last email you send, no matter what flow it is simply says that the code is expiring, right? So there's an end date to the code. So let's say you send like 4, 5, 6 emails, email number 4, 5, 6 for the cart abandonment. The 6th one, the last one, should be, hey, I'm going to expire your code tomorrow. That's it, right? That's what you need to do. And so here's when you offer the discount specifically according to each of these flows, right? For browse abandonment, you offer it in a second email. For cart abandonment, if you're doing 8 emails, you send it to email 6, 7, 8. And checkout abandonment, you send to email 3 and email 4, right? Again, last one being a reminder, a deadline, right? So it should be a deadline. Also, a quick note, just make sure only one flow emails them at once, right? So if someone browses and they also go to cart, it doesn't mean they're also in the browser banner email, just send it separately, right? You can exclude those people who are in browser abandonment if they are in cart abandonment. You can do. Here are a couple of examples for all of these 3 flows. Now for cart abandonment and abandon checkout, although I explained you the difference between the triggers, the emails looks very similar, right? So I'm just gonna show you one email. This is, for example, says you were 1 step from done. And as you can see, it shows the product. It shows here and it says finish my checkout. If it's cart, it says start my checkout, right? You just simply change the language over there. And so here's a quick one for the browse abandonment email. As you can see, it's a founder-led email. It says, hey there, looks like you took an interest in one of your products, but didn't end up pulling a trigger. Rest assured, knowing that when you place an order, you can expect your part to be at your door within 8 days. Like it's education again. And it says continue browsing. This is just like continue looking for what you're looking for, right? Very nice. Also, always add a PS in your emails when you send a plain text email. People will always read those. And usually they even read that first. Like that's crazy. And in this case, it says shipping is free on all orders to the lower 48 states. And it simply makes the most of the value in that PS, which makes sense. With that said, if you want to learn how to build these all out, I have a free, completely free Skool community right now. It's August 8th. As you can see, it's completely free, but it will be paid soon. So if you're watching this video, it's probably up there live free. You can join. You'll get all of the resources I mentioned in this video and in any of the videos, AI courses on email marketing, retention courses, as well as a community of fellow brand owners who are sharing insights, actively engaging. Is going to be awesome. So join right here. Other than that, if you want to work with us, that's the first link in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.